let's say Shadow Demon, Demonic Purge, explosive damage from Sven and Marcy could easily get you the kills. Like, Monkey is not gonna feel safe. Even inside Wukong's command, the overwhelming damage from these two heroes can easily take you down.
You reading the chat? Skitter is pissing me off though. What can you do? Maybe a little bit upset about the courier dive. Who knows?
It's always something with Skitter, man. I gotta love the player. The type of plays that he makes outside of the game as well. He really is a character.
See if they find anybody. Armel.
Looking for a ward on a mid lane. Not gonna find anything. It's on a different side. Didn't catch a glimpse of him, I believe. Let's see. Like, one thing I'm worried about is this Pango from the off lane. Sure, I can understand what they wanted to go for. Put Armel on his like signature Templar Assassin in the matchup against not conventional mid hero. This is Marcy. Panel did talk about the itemization. I see in his quick buy like phase boots and this Echo Saber that he'll turn into Harpoon, which is really nice. You lock onto a target that you just kill it off immediately. But I'm a little worried about this Pangolier from the offlane. I don't know. I played this hero way too many times, and I know all the downsides to it. Just in terms of CS, it's not gonna be like easy. First, he started good, 2 out of 2, so a lot of confidence boost. But let's see how much he's gonna be able to deal with this Witch Doctor. Like, Sven's not the strongest laner. He's really strong at level 1, level 2, level 3. Then he starts to fall off compared to some other heroes, but yeah, it feels like in the items that you buy from the off lane, it feels very lackluster, I would say, what you bring from the mid lane.
Yeah, and Boom kind of needing to have a much better game than game 1, right? Like, you can't be a Pangolier and exist in this game if you're going to have a similar game to game number 2, actually, sorry, where he was just like non-existent as that Bat Rider.
Yeah, it was a difficult game for him, definitely.
So hopefully he gets off to a better start where he can kind of feel effective for overall on the map.
Yeah, I think it goes down to itemization. Don't want to pick too much into it. I feel like Blink Dagger and a bit more control, something like a Hex would do much better, but we'll see what he decides to go in this one. I see Bracer, Vanguard. These are pretty standard offlane Pango items, I would say, where you want to tank up as much as possible. Early on, be annoying with Shield Crash as well. A lot of damage, a lot of harassment onto 9 in this mid lane. Armel using side blades nicely.
Yeah, not enjoying the side blades. Snake King taking a lot of damage. He'll drop for first blood. Yamich will pick it up. And
this was a solo kill, so
yeah.
Solo XP, solo gold.
Oh, and then Socks have fallen to Crystallis. Got that Jingu ready to heal if he can, and well, 33, not much he can do there. He's gone 1-1, of course, early on this Doom. You saw a lot of harassment coming in on a 9 over mid, like you said, with the side blade. So harassment all over the map right now, and this hero is kind of having to deal with the aggression.
He's going to be able to steal potentially a rune. Yeah.
Yep.
There it is. That's massive. Gets the rebound off, gets the dispose. So now Armel doesn't have a bottle to play with. Armel didn't have bottle immediately, so wouldn't be able to bottle it. So we'll still do fine. I mean, Armel 7 and 5, a lot of denies on his side. 9's not going to struggle as much as soon as he starts picking points in sidekick, which is your sustain, which is your damage.
Pull here by Snake King, but Swashbuckle trying to steal some creeps where he can. Skitter was sitting low, but healed up with this Tango. He's also got 11 charges on that wand ready to go if they do dive him. I'll be trying to get himself a healing Lotus. He's got some help there from Crystallis just in case they try to go his way as well, and that'll be passed over to the Monkey King, no surprise. And right now, so far so good for Crystallis. He's I want to say all 3 games the lane has so far worked out.
They know, like, they know that Crystallis plays the best when he is ahead, so they try to secure it as much as possible. Skitter now getting pressured here. Does have a lot of 1 charges.
Yep.
Witch Doctor also has Tangos, does have 2 points in Voodoo Restoration. Didn't skill anything yet on level 2, so keeping a point just in case he needs Cask. This is the spell that you want to max out after you get Voodoo Restoration. You are playing into Chen after all. Damage onto creeps. Yamich is going to be able to pull some creeps on the side in the top lane, which is causing a lot of problems for Tundra.
Snaking. Throwing out a cask that ends up bouncing a boom. I was going to say, you know, back in that Tour 1 when we saw Secret initially, and Crystal's playing a lot of that Drow Ranger, I felt like a lot of lanes would end up with him kind of falling behind. But we do see him a lot more comfortable in this series when you're making the comparison, and especially, I'd say, in this third tour. Snaking is going to end up dying here to Yamich once again. Skitter tries to help, but that Stormhammer not doing enough. For level 1, it's only a 1-second stun duration.
They're doing a really good job here in this offlane on Secret. I mean, it comes down to Sven not being the strongest laner. Pango was off to a good start with these couple early CS, which did push him forward. He got that bracer. And now, almost on top of CS, 25. Right, this is the thing we talked about. 9 bottle. Yeah, we'll get refilled.
Sneaking coming over with the Voodoo Restoration again. Armel not dealing with a lot of mana, but does have 2 sips left in his bottle. And Skitter again, he's sitting low. He's on the run. Yamich not a lot of mana to play with. And another salve will be popped by this Sven. So they could put the pressure on. And by himself, he really can't stay too far forward. And we'll finally have Snaky coming back after he filled up that bottle over mid.
One thing I noticed about Skitter is he knows these matchups so well. So he brings these earlier healing salves, which does put him in a spot where he can actually farm. If you don't have a healing salve there, bottom, 33.
Yeah, disruption. And 33 sitting low, but Chrysalis, he goes into the trees looking for a Primal Spring. Might get this kill, might also get Saksa. They get both. 5-0 for Secret early on, with every lane feeling like it's doing all right.
Yeah, 5-0, but in terms of net worth, Tundra's still keeping up. Like, their heroes can create gold, I would say, out of nothing, especially Doom, with the Devourer, with Hand of Midas that's gonna come later. And then you have Shadow Demon, who's gonna stack, one of the better heroes to stack with. Plus, you also have Sven, who can easily clear these stacks. 9. First usage of that ulti.
Yeah, pulling him back. Armel in some trouble, trying to survive. Throws the trap down, but with one unleash, well, he's taking away all the HP from Armel. Jumped in very confidently, and he still wants to go here for the Chen. Puppey now onto the tier 2 tower. He's going to stay as close as he can to maybe get 9 hit by this tier 2 to get low, but not die. And at the end of the day, that's 2 kills for 9. That really brings him back into this matchup. And truthfully, now he's ahead. He's top of the net worth.
Does have Bounty Rune to play with. Let's see, Saksa and Yamich going to pick up these XP runes. Very important, so you don't get overrun by enemies in short period of time. So 9. Like, this is also a kill. I haven't seen much of a mid Marcy, but I checked his item build, at least the games that he played. Sorry, skill build. Loves to put more points in rebound early on, just to lower the cooldown. And now he's gonna go for more in sidekick. But again, Unleash about to be ready in 30 seconds, so Templar Assassin needs to be careful. In terms of rotation, they can't really, like, save him. Puppey needs to have some kind of a good creep that can slow him down. Pagana maybe with the Decrepify TP on a mid lane, but still with the slow, with Dispose, you might be able to get the kill nonetheless. Especially now with Phase Boots, Windlace, you can chase him down, and there's also going to be rune spawning in the next couple of seconds.
Maybe Yamich, when he's level 6, can help out. We'll get that life drain, allow Armel to survive it long enough to get the refraction off.
Shield rune on Marcy. She's going to be super tanky.
Stormhammer. And the Maledict. Boom, getting hit by that blood grenade, and he is just going to die here to Skitter. Yamich can't do much of anything to try and help out. Goes into the God Strength. They've got the Disarm with the Decrepify. Snake King, he's getting a little bit low. They've got this Healing Ward, but it's not going to be enough, as they've got the damage from Voodoo Restoration.
They can kill him, yeah. Definitely did not want to take it, but yeah, you do forget that this spell actually deals damage. That was one of the things when it was first implemented into the game. It was in the previous patch, where I'm like, somehow I missed that, and I feel like, wow, it's a really good spell. But Witch Doctor, I'd say, is in a good spot. Might need a little bit of a kick to his ulti, like damage. Sure, we did bring 50% bonus accuracy to it, but It feels like you need to like give it some kind of maybe pure damage, I would even say.
Pure damage. Spark of Courage for the Sven. That's a great item for him. Now they're up 1,000 net worth. It was 5-0. Now it's 4 unanswered kills here for the side of Tundra as they're starting to clean up a little bit, especially with that double over mid.
Yeah, Boom
Really
really
holding onto the shield room, ready to go.
thinking about his itemization. First it was Vanguard, then it was Power Treads. In the end, decided to go for Arcane Boots, but now also wants to scale. I see the Fusel Blade picked up. Again, I think they're gonna run into the same issue where they don't have initiation on their side.
Yeah, because Boom, Diffusal, maybe you want Blink after that, so you could Blink with the Rolling Thunder. This feels like Boom's not exactly having a great game, and that's back-to-back kind of for him. And now they use the Doom on a Crystallis bottom. He's been left alone. His puppy's been farming this entire time. He goes into the trees, but eventually dies. So Tundra now even it up at 5. They've got a 2K lead, and things are getting shaky for Secret.
I got a little scared for a moment. You see Sven popping that ulti, you start running away immediately. And yeah, Boom was on top of CS, like 5 minutes into the game. Now he's bottom net worth in terms of cores, so didn't really manage to achieve much. Puppy lands a stun on Snaking, and Snake will TP out. Knows that they have very limited amount of stuns on their side unless they commit with Rolling Thunder. Mid lane already gone, but seems like Team Secret should be able to take out this tier 1 tower top. 9, double damage, 3 points in sidekick. He could go for a solo kill here if he had Unleash available, but doesn't have it, unfortunately.
Snaking sitting off to the side. I would say a quick bit of damage with that double damage with a Maledict, and you're just dead. You need to take that top tier 1 for the side of Secret. Get something back in terms of objectives, but again, things need to open up here for Boom, and can Armel kind of do what he did in the last game? And as much as that ended
That's
up
not that same type of the hero, unfortunately, because you like want to farm as Templar Assassin, and Tundra, they also like to farm. Like, I'm looking at this earlier item timing. You get Dragonlance, Deso on Templar Assassin, Chen going for Solar Crest, so some extra minus armor. There's going to be a lot of minus armor coming out from Templar Assassin. Monkey does benefit from it as well. Pango, once he starts putting points in Lucky Shot. Skitter, now farming some huge stacks that they made for him.
6 stacks being made here by Saksa. That is really beneficial at the end of the day, not only for the Sven, but for him, of course, with the changes to stacks. And Trap will explode, and now
Nice
they got the
Hurricane
into the stun. Life drain onto Snake King, but there's the rebound out. Boundless Strike lands. They get the kill on a 9. They'll look over at Snake King, and they'll claim the life of both. They've got themselves right by the tier 1 tower mid, too.
Giga Chen plays coming out from him. Hurricane into stun. Nicely done, which we're just gonna secure them another tower.
He put that together perfectly. Really well done. He's already got the Solar Crest too. Like, look at how farmed Puppy is on this Chen.
Yeah, recent changes. Now that you take over a creep with Holy Persuasion, you do get the gold for it. That was a nice change. One more, like, people started to play Chen off immediately after seeing that change. Then he kind of fell off. And now going back into the mech.
So yeah, you could just use that Holy Persuasion every 15 seconds. Boom. There you go. Grab yourself a creep. Grab yourself an army. Getting that gold. So... I get
what you're thinking.
Nah, the brain's spinning, but I don't want to. I'm not confident enough to say something as stupid as this, but it feels like a much better Devour. 15 seconds and you get the creep gold bounty, right?
Yeah, but then you get like extra bonus gold, 195 on Devour. You get armor from it. You get abilities from a creep.
But like,
I'll hit you with the no.
Man. Yeah, I guess that 195 is really good.
From point of view, it's not enough. Something that Tundra tried to do in the previous game is go for Roche with just 33 solo with the Beastmaster. Now 2 other cores, Skitter and 9. will go for Roche, and seems like Team Secret definitely doesn't expect this one to happen.
Ooh, maybe. Twin Gates. I was just trying to do the math in my head before I committed to saying that, by the way, because it's 15 seconds, so you have 4 Holy Persuasions per minute. Ooh, Boundless Strike. Wukong's Doom used, but Wukong's already came out, and now 33 run down and killed. Damage gets the kill there. They get the Aegis on the hands of Skitter.
They should be okay with that trade.
Yeah, he'll be fine with this Doom, or now wasted, I would say.
Sure, they got Aegis on Sven. This is going to be big timing. Sven picking up Blink Dagger. Skeeter, he's the master of the hero. Like, he really knows the limits, knows when to farm, knows when to join these fights. He has these, like, I'd say Faceless Void also in his arsenal, one of the better heroes overall when he plays it. It definitely feels like very different to other carries when they're playing it.
Secret, they felt pressured to do something, and they've done a lot. I think that they have played these last 5 minutes or so as perfect as it can kind of get. I know they gave up the Aegis, but you get all 3 tier 1 towers. You move, you get a kill or 2 here and there. And I think you're in an okay spot.
This is the big timing for them. We still haven't seen Hand of God being used. Puppey again with Hurricane into stun from Centaur Conqueror. But Doom is much more tanky this time around. He bought Crimson Guard. He was thinking about disassembling it, go into Octarine Core immediately, but doesn't want to go for it this time. Stacks again.
Snaking. Uh-oh. Neutral creeps helping out there. Unfortunately, didn't get the kill, but they'll take him out. That means no cask, so a little bit of the lockdown now gone for Tundra, but a lot of their heroes have some sort of control. All of them have some sort of control. And Stormhammer, Yamage just dead to Skitter with the God Strength pop, so the damage is there from the Sven, the Rolling Thunder coming around and around. And they're going to bounce off, trying to line it up with the Disruption, but they don't have the timing on it, so now Puppey's just going to die here to 9, and they have found themselves Boom, but he gets onto the low ground with the shield crash, and now he needs to try and leave while the Wukong's command is going to be used as well. They get the kill on a Snake King. Chrysalis gets that. Boom, you're in the wrong base. You'll be sent to your own base.
I don't want to be a downer, but that's the wrong base, brother.
That's the wrong, the wrong location. Oh, jeez.
Gosh. A bit too, like, they placed Observer Ward, like 2 Observer Wards, one that just got killed off by Snaking, and one is still on the high ground in the enemy triangle, so they had a really good vision, but kind of an awkward fight. Like, I mean, you're fighting into Aegis on Sven, who was the one frontlining, so they use abilities on Sven. Pango with Rolling Thunder connects and realizes, well, crap, we can't really kill him, so goes backwards and dies in the end. One of the reasons why I'm so, might sound negative about this offlane Pango is because I played like 200 games of Pango offlane in the last year or something, and it felt terrible every single time, but you know, you try to make it work. In pubs it's fine, in competitive Dota it feels lackluster.
Yeah, you play that, or I've seen Pudge.
Mm-hmm.
You like those P heroes. Pudge, Pango.
Skill shot heroes, I would call them. And then I always fall short, but yeah, BKB almost completed on Skeeter, hits level 15, has that extra 15 seconds on God Strength. I like how, you know, maybe we should add more of these abilities on talents, like 15 talent, 15 seconds. Like you get 15 damage, 15 move speed. On 20, you get what I mean. Skeeter, he's in.
Boom. Gonna be hit with the boom of the Stormhammer and doomed as well. They get the kill and a Boom, and they take the Pango again. This is another one of those games where it just feels like Boom's not going to have any space to do what he wants in it.
Chen is. It feels like Chen is eventually going to take over.
As the 3,
in terms of net worth. Yeah. It's been a thing, the soft lane Chen. But yeah, Pango does struggle from the off lane. Like, it's very difficult to buy items. He was thinking again about getting the Blink Dagger to get connection from Rolling Thunder, but since you bought it, the Fusel Blade, it puts you in a spot where, like, it's not your playstyle, because you want to be getting swashbuckles. If you say, let's say, had, I don't know, Lotus Orb to have a bit more tankiness, have a Dispel mechanic against some of these abilities, throw a Stormhammer Doom onto them, plus the shield crash and the blink dagger, then you're playing a different type of a game. Now with this diffusal blade, you're stuck because you want to deal damage.
Crystallis killing 33's courier that had the Octarine recipe on it. Interesting. Maybe hinting at the fact that he did want to disassemble?
Oh, well, disassemble Arcane Boots. That's the only thing he can disassemble now.
Well, committed to the Crimson Guard, so would have to really start over from scratch. It's not the Vanguard Arcane Boots build where you're just able to disassemble everything and then have Octarine Core. Nullifier, second item for this monkey. Rolling Thunder is just going to be used and stopped.
Love me some Nullifier, especially early ones. You want to remove Sidekick, remove Warcry armor. These are the big ones. Like later, you will have support items like Glimmer Capes, Force Staffs, maybe Solar Crests also being the spell. You want to lock onto a target and kill it off immediately. Deso, that's a bit of a late Deso, I would say. 20 minutes into the game, he opted to go for different items. Dragonlance Blink Dagger. Let's see what they can do with this 20-minute Deso.
It's decent timing, right? Deso Nullifier combo?
Yeah, I mean, Team Secret, they still feel really strong coming into the fight. I would say it's just going to be about execution. Can they use this Glimmer Cape, Decrypify, heals, all these auras from Chen to keep people alive?
Smoking up. Four-man smoke. Let's see what they could do with it. Ags picked up here for the Marcy.
That's a big one. Marcy. With Ags, it's going to be a lot of silences, and it also lowers the cooldown, applies the spell against Lucky Shot, against Slow from Diffusal Blade. 21 minutes, they will pick up Wisdom Rune.
Now let's strike, trap, swashbuckle, disarming the Shadow Demon as well, but there's the Unleash, and now they're going to go forward on this one. 9 taking a lot of damage, but they go to the God Strength. They've got the Doomins onto the Monkey King. They get the kill on the Crystallis. They lose 9, both dead for 45 seconds without buyback.
This is something we talked about. Monkey King, even if he pops Wukong's command there, if he gets, I don't know, extra 15, 20 armor, it's not gonna be enough. Marcy plus Sven will eat you alive.
On damage coming through, and ooh. Creep's being killed off there by Skitter with the God Strength. Duration still left over while Snake King dies to Puppy and Armel.
Next Roshan, potentially respawning in 20. So let's see. It's going to be on Radiant side for next 3 minutes if he spawns immediately. Skitter's massive on this Sven. 14,000. Holding on to like level 18, 22 minutes into the game. You get extra 200% damage.
Yeah. He's got a lot there, but at the same time, like, you still have TA who's about to hit that level 18 too. Like, Armel's kind of keeping up, but he just needs a little bit more of a bump up. And
he's having a harder time locking onto a target and just killing it off. Getting some Deso charges, that's going to help. But also feels like he needs a BKB, even though you are playing into Shadow Demon, playing into Doom. So you could have a bit of a problems there. Can't really itemize for every single hero on their side. Let's see who picks up the shard. I want to see it on Witch Doctor. Never mind.
Demonic Cleanse. Meanwhile, smoke used. Roche is going to be a long respawn. There's still another 2 minutes, 20 seconds on it. And that means it's going to not respawn on the Radiant side. They've got the Nullifier, the right clicks, the Rolling Thunder. They have the control on the 33. They'll get this kill. Crystallis, who desperately needs that gold as his game is really slowed down, gets the kill.
And now Roshan, long spawn, unfortunately, for Team Secret. If it was there immediately, they kill it off before they can take a fight. Now Tundra. So in the end, it's going to be on Dire's side.
Now it's going to be up top. And we'll see what Secret can do to kind of maybe get a chance at this Roche. They're on the bottom of the side of the map, so they need to be ready to move. That Twin Gate, but we've seen how teams going in full through Twin Gates end up being their demise.
Gotta be careful. Imagine going through the Twin Gates against hero like Sven, Witch Doctor. You get, like, you're gonna disappear. Yeah.
Cask,
all it
Stormhammer,
takes.
dead.
One mistake. 9, level 15 on this mid-Marcy. Not the hero that we usually see, but gotta give him respect. This man has been innovative for a very long time now, playing these different heroes. Thompson retired pretty much from competitive Dota. We see him in like these qualifiers, Div 2, but he's the same type of a player, I would say, and we need him, someone to copy, like someone to innovate and others to start copying on it.
I like the innovation that we see from these mid lanes. It's like we used to see faster mid. Ooh. Everybody coming through the Twin Gates. Chrysalis, Wukong's Boundless Strike, and the Disruption. That'll save him for a moment, but Primal Spring with the Rolling Thunder. Now they've caught 33. They've got the trap down. Skitter coming from the side. They're going to also bump him up into the air. He's trying to get some damage out as they now doom this Pangolier. Stormhammer, rebound, 9's in, unleashing, and, well, this is problematic for the Pugna. Surviving for a little bit longer. He's got the Decrepify. He's silenced up. Armel starting to fight this with a BKB. Another rebound over to the Chen, but Chen's able to survive. Armel goes right up on a 9, and they get the kill on the Marcy. Now the right clicks. Skitter with the God Strength. Starting to right-click over, but they've got the Nullifier. They're chasing. They want to get a kill here on the Skitter. They want to take out the Sven, but Snake King's back into the fight. They need to be careful with the Cask, as well as the ult coming out from this Witch Doctor. There's the Maledict. Cask bouncing. They go to the ult. They get the kill on the Boom. They'll take the Pangolier. They bop back on Yamich. 9 also bought back into the fight. The Infernal Blade. Now the right-clicks with the God Strength. Armel is not going to be able to survive, as they'll take out the TA, take away the Spree, and Skitter getting a lot of that gold.
Oh, they're not done
more.
yet.
They want the Stormhammer. They catch Puppy, and down goes this Chen. Coming into a bit of a win here for the side of Tundra.
Yeah, it was a bit of an awkward fight at the start, but they bought back on 2 heroes. And now they're going to take Roche. Let's see who decides to pick up Aegis this time. 9, he bought back in the previous fight. Definitely feels like he needs a little bit more, like, tankiness, I would say. He feels like maybe a BKB is needed, because they can kite him. This Decrepify causing a lot of problems. He can't really hit. Glimmer Capes as well. Let's see who's gonna pick it up in the end. Skitter didn't make a slot. Nader did. Okay, Skitter made a slot.
Matt Roche is dead.
Seems like they're not on the same page. It's what happened in the second game as well. Like, well, we gotta pick it up in the end. So AC will be finished on Sven. 10 Warcry armor. This is massive. The level 20 talent on Sven.
Yeah, that plus the shard.
25 plus 5 coming from AC. That's 30 armor to his team. This is why Nullifier is so good. Like, he understands that he needs to tank up, because all 3 cores from Secret relies on dealing heavy physical damage. Oh. Yeah, there we go. I forgot about it. Thank you, Mr. Observer. It is undispellable. I don't see too much Sven in action. My bad, my bad.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So always crying, always in war. Skitter gonna be a strong Sven. With that God Strength, he outputs a lot of damage, gets in front of these heroes, and well, we saw Armel, who is standing his ground, trying to do everything he can. He's trying to get some more damage under his belt with an Daedalus. And they see this Tormentor available on the side of Tundra over here on the secret side of the map. And they're going to grab themselves another shard, this time for Doom. Snake King already has his, so he's got that Voodoo switcheroo. And Doom's going to get that upgrade to the Infernal Blade.
Good old level death. More damage, more stun. And suddenly he has Shiva's Guard. Like, he was sitting on Crimson Guard for a long period of time. This Octarine core kicked in. Suddenly boosts travel. Shiva's Guard, the most farm hero in the game. There's one hero that you don't want to give to 33. I believe that's Doom, but Team Secret, they thought they could handle it. Seems like he's been causing a lot of problems. It's not one of those games where he like pops off, uses Doom, gets like multiple kills. It's more about the items that he brings to the table, because right now he feels almost unkillable. 40 armor 40 physical. That's 70% physical resistance coming out from Doom without Warcry even being plopped.
See if they can even defend. This is going to be a bit of a struggle now for Secret. They're down 10,000 net worth. But that being said, they've brought it back before. That last game was very back and forth like this. Let's see if they have the opportunity to do the same. I think a lot of that maybe relies on Armel getting another damage item and Crystallis potentially finding this Basher.
He went for BKB in the end. Wants to not get stunned. Doesn't want to get disrupted. But again, Demonic Purge. Saxa has been doing a really good job casting it on either Armel or on Crystallis, just to reduce their damage. Monkey doesn't get to play Dota if he's purged in a team fight. You don't get those Jingu Mastery stacks. It's a lot of your damage taken out.
Shem picked up here for Puppy. They got that level 20 skill, that talent, picked up by the TA, the 3 meld armor reduction.
Usually you see meld dispels, but there's not much you can dispel in this game, so also wants to have some like extra, because he's playing into so much armor on the enemy side, so wants to lower them further. 9. He's gonna be fine here.
There was a way for Armel to get a shard without purchasing it at the moment because he wants that Daedalus. I would think that could do a lot of work potentially in these fights, especially if you're able to land a trap on, say, the Shadow Demon where he can't disrupt anybody. Getting a 3.5 second silence on some of these heroes is pretty massive.
They still don't have gem available, so traps could be the ones like, yeah, locking onto these two supports, killing them off instantly.
Wait.
Could make a difference, but
you're not going to get a shard from a Tormentor because none of your team is really holding on to a shard and buying it yourself when you want.
And you're also
just,
not killing Tormentors. Tundra is invading your XP runes, killing them off.
The XP difference right now is 23% in favor of Tundra. That's about plus 10 levels overall for them.
And the way you say it, plus 10 levels seems an easier to understand rather than, oh, they have 23%.
I don't know, 23% is a big number when you compare it to experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just think big number, big difference. 92%.
Big number, big damage.
Yes. That's how it works.
Only 8%. Ooh. I mean, these heroes, like, when you think about itemization, if you can buy one item that's going to counter 2 or 3 cores, I would say you kind of messed up with the draft, because you have, like, heavy physical, you're playing into Sven, who has AC, then you build items like Pavis. Later down the line, you will get Heaven's Halberds, and it feels like Solar Crest. It feels super good to buy items, because you protect against multiple heroes on the enemy side.
Net worth lead just getting higher and higher. This is a real problem here for Secret. You're trying not to end the season 1-6. Just get this victory. It gives them a shot of getting into a tiebreaker.
Yeah, just get that dub, bro.
Just get that dub down 15K. Just saying, a lot more on the line here for them, I would say, overall, with Tundra, who have already qualified for the major. So the pressure's on Secret, for sure.
33 TPs to the top lane, has Quickening Charm, has Octarine Core. His TP will be available in 15 seconds. That's bots 2 we're talking about, so he can TP onto Sven, who goes in, find the right target. I feel like in this situation, you have, like, if you land a good Doom on Templar Assassin, a lot of damage is just taken out.
Witch Doctor. By that Swashbuckle, just getting a little bit of a D-ward there and not being punished for it. An extra 223 gold. Secret really crowding their own base. I mean, this net worth is just getting higher and higher and higher. Got Harpoon finished on Sven. He's ready to pull in these heroes. He's going into the Satanic next. Like, just don't know what you do here by Secret. They're turtling as much as they can, but how much can this shell take?
Good question. This is what Tundra does to their opponents. They just choked them out of the map. Look where 33 is farming right now. These are outer rings we're talking about. Rest of the team farming the jungle, but also being ready to take a fight. They are waiting for the next Roche to respawn. This is third Roche. Potentially in 30 seconds.
See where the extended timer is going to be. Somehow Secret can win a fight and get their hands on this Aegis. It would probably put them in a decent spot overall. But they just can't give up this Roche. I think giving up this Roche means they lose the game. But look at this, just 19,000 now. They're not even fighting. It's just going up so fast. They've got a quick farmer with the Great Cleave from Skitter. You've got the Devour and the farming from Doom. And Secret, their heat map right now is not great. And unfortunately for them, another long duration Roche respawn. That is another full duration.
It's more like a cold map. They've been frozen solid inside their own base, not managing to make any kind of a move right now. Roche, 2 minutes. And it's going to be on Dire's side. 33, pinging it out.
At least they got themselves that Wisdom Rune.
I'm looking at the items, and I don't see that like one big item that's going to make the difference. That's going to make a huge comeback. They need Rolling Thunder to connect on multiple heroes. And finally, Boom decides to pick up a Blink Dagger on Pango. So his initiation gonna be much better. They feel like, because they don't know when Roshan's respawning, so they need to go in and check things out.
Yeah, he's got the Ags too, so maybe he can get something done.
Emphasis is on maybe.
No,
not gonna be an easy one for him. He jumps in. 33 like doomed him a couple of times while he's rolling, so he can't get away from the trouble, and they focus him down afterwards. I think right now you want to be looking into a different target. Templar Assassin or Monkey, whoever shows. He can also choose. They have really good vision provided from Shiva's guard. Overwhelming Blink as well now picked up from 33, so that's going to be extra slow, extra damage.
Where Snake King is. These trees have been so big in these fights. Game 2, we saw constantly heroes hiding in these trees and trying to make themselves invisible.
Both teams doing the same.
Mirroring their movements, looking to wait for Roche. Now they've got the trap in the pit. Look at Snake King. He's dropping the gem off the courier. And just... oh, come get the gem.
This small ward, short ward from Yamage that he just plays, doesn't provide him with much vision, but gives them maybe enough to get a pick off if someone steps in. Courier. Snake King was using it.
Yeah, now he's gonna get some in his inventory.
Kills, and he's gonna get it.
Oh god!
Charu, can he get it off?
Well, with the disruption, he probably has the opportunity to do so. Force Staff onto the high ground. The right click's not gonna do enough. Pavis is there.
Rolling Thunder committed. That's their big team fight. That's their stun. That's their control.
So that's on cooldown for 75 seconds, and with that, Roche is gonna be up. Trap down. They see that Roche is available, but can you sneak into this? Can you blink into the pit and maybe try to steal it? Under the noses here of the side of Tundra.
25 plus 25. A lot of gold coming out from these.
251.
Yeah, Saksa ready with the disruption one more time.
25.
Yeah. Seeing these plus 25s, I can only see it here because I don't see it in the games when I'm playing them. Let's see, Snaking a bit low on mana here. Does have a Lotus, a great healing Lotus.
More Observer Gold for Snaking. More Observer Gold. He's got like 1,000 gold in the last 3 seconds on these obs. They go to the Wukong's command, but nobody's in the circle. They go to the Balance Strike. That's going to land here onto the Sven as well as the Doom, but they've already got the Doom out onto Armel. The chase back. They kill off Yamage. He's going to buy back. The gate gets Snaking. Doom's not going to kill Armel, so he's going to be able to come back into the fight eventually, but they've got the God Strength. They go to the Nullifier. They hit the BKB on this Monkey King. Crystal is trying to run away, but they get the kill to Puppey. Armel thinking about whether or not he should go in on this, but they already got the kill to Crystal. He doesn't have buyback. They're going to boots travel back in onto the Sven. Overwhelming Blink, looking for Armel, going after the Templar Assassin. Yamich over to the side. He just bought back, so he's got to really put himself in a safe position. Skitter comes in with a two-man Stormhammer, and Armel gets the refraction off. Here comes Boom with the Rolling Thunder, but the disruption, that's going to help the Sven. Can they control him? He's got no mana, but it doesn't matter. Puppey, Armel, and Yamich go down, and Boom can't do anything. Look at that. The ulti dropped down by Snake King. 9 gets the kill. Full team wipe here for the side of Tundra. A 30,000 net worth lead, and if they wanted it, Roche is theirs, but I don't even think they need it.
Man, I can't believe they fell for it like 2 times in a row. Snaking goes in, he's like killing their observer wards, killing their traps. They go for him, he gets disrupted. In the end, he dies. He comes back into a fight because it's on Dire's side, so Dire is controlling this area, the outpost that they have. Also having Switcheroo, Saksa keeping the distance, and Wukong's command doesn't connect on anybody pretty much. Sven was a little cautious there after he went in, and yeah, 15 seconds until Templar Assassin, until Monkey is up, and he's up now, so forced to buy back, and they want to go for an end. They want to end this game, and they have more than enough damage.
Oh, the silence on a Crystal. He goes to the balance strike. It's going to land on a couple of heroes, but is the Wukong's going to be enough? No, it won't be. The throne explodes, and Tundra will take the series 2-1 over Team Secret. We'll end it out 1-6 this tournament.